Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Erinn's Book Club. I just finished another book and I'd like to do a review. I know it's been eons since I've done a review, but my life has kind of been a crisis after a crisis, so it's been a while to get to reading. But I finally got the book done. So the book that I'd like to do the review on is Moreta's, I think I said that right? Moreta's Ride by Anne McCaffrey. And it's just Anne McCaffrey, it's not Todd McCaffrey. And it's been a while since I've read just an Anne McCaffrey book, and I've forgotten how much these books are kind of like, they're entities of their own. I don't even know how to go about saying it. She's just an artist in her craft. She's a master of her craft. There's two books in this book called Moretia's Ride, and I think the other one is Nerkia's Story. And Moretia's Ride was actually really well done, and I forgot how much she is able to finesse relationships and tease kind of the pleasures of the flesh, so to speak, without actually making it vulgar, and the intimacy between the dragons and the riders, and the undeniable love that's there, and how it's like she can play with it, she can tear it apart, bring it together. She can control every emotion in the book, no matter what. And just before I go any further, from now on in, there will be spoilers in these books. I cannot do a spoiler-free review because in order to talk about the book, you have to talk about the people. So if you haven't read this book, stop it now and read it and come back. But let me just say the main character, Moreta, I'm just going to call her Moreta. It's probably not how you pronounce it, but she does such a good job in getting you involved in every little adventure that she does, and making you believe that she's almost immortal or invaluable to the story, and that she's pretty safe. I mean, her dragon just clutched. She stays on the nesting ground. She's got a senior queen to ride that knows her stuff, that everything's going to be okay, so that in the end, when she finally does die on another person's queen, took me totally by surprise. I was done 3 chapters before I realized, wait a minute, she's actually dead. And I didn't even really have a chance to grieve for her because there was so much already going on that it wasn't until I actually finished that book that I was like, wait a minute, that was a heartbreaker. And then we go to Neriel's or whatever. I can't pronounce these names to save my life. But we go to the next one's story, and it's basically written from a lesser character's point of view, and a lesser character's point of view, and yet it's still valuable. And the thing that surprised me too is this lesser character's point of view had nothing to do with dragons until the very end, and yet in that book you grieved for the loss of Moreta, and you grieved for the loss of everything that the Lord Holder went through. It's a book that I have very little words to describe, and I enjoyed it so much, and it was such a treat to go back to Anne McCaffrey's writing, and just Anne McCaffrey's writing. And now that I've read the two, I can see the influence of Todd, and I love how Anne McCaffrey is traditional, and it's just a good book. Just a good book. So I'm running out of time now, so I'm going to close this now, and I will let you know when I have another book read. Thanks so much, guys, for listening to me. Have a great day.